If you would like to make the video screen larger to fill up your monitor, please click this radio button on the YouTube player. Thank you. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this will be an Etsy tutorial on how to add a new listing to your shop. If you have not viewed the prior tutorial on setting up your shipping profile, you can do so here, as that will be very important in adding a new listing. The first thing you want to do is you want to click on the Your Shop link in the upper right hand corner of your home page. That will take you to the currently for sale page. On the left side of that page, you will see a navigation bar. Towards the top of that navigation bar, under items, you will have the option to add new item. Please click on that. That will take you to list an item page. We will start at the top and work our way down to the bottom of this page and fill out the requested information. The first one is about this item. Who made it? You will see a gray radio button. Please click on that, and that will take you to a drop-down menu, and you can select if you made it, a member of your shop made it, or another company or person made it. In this tutorial, I will be listing a Swarovski bicone bead. So in this case, another company or person made it. What is it? Again, select the gray radio button, and in my case, it's going to be a supply or tool to make things. When was it made? In my case, it was made 2010 to 2013. As you can see, there are a wide variety of options that you can choose from. Now, if you're selling vintage item, which is very popular on Etsy, it's very important to know when your item was made. And then select that from the drop-down box. What this does is this. If a potential customer is in Etsy search and they are searching for vintage items, and they are searching specifically for vintage items made in the 1950s, then if you have selected 1950s for your vintage item listing, it would be returned in their search results. Next, it asks for what category on Etsy search do you want your listing to appear. In my case, I list supplies. You can see there's a wide variety of different options for you to choose from. What type of supply am I selling? This is an optional item, but I do fill this out because it helps in the search results. The category is a bead. If none of them apply to you, then you would select none of the above. What type of bead are you selling? In my case, it is not a ceramic bead, it is not a gemstone, but it happens to be a glass bead. I will select that. The next required field is either a physical item or a digital file. Now, since I have a physical item, I have selected that bubble. Now, a digital file is something that you're going to be emailing to your customer. Something that is not physical, something you cannot hold in your hand, something you cannot mail to their specific mailing address. So if you're creating a tutorial of some sort and you're listing that for sale, and it's being created, distributed as a PDF file, for instance, that's a digital file, you're going to be mailing it to them, then that's when you would select the digital file. Under that is a new application for Etsy, and it's called Variation. I do not use variations, but it is very useful. Let's say that you're a jewelry maker and you're making earrings. Now, let's say the style of earrings you make, you offer them in silver, gold, and copper. Now, you can either take a picture of your earrings in the silver form, and then you will take a picture, or you could take a picture in the gold form, and then you could take a picture of it in the copper form. That would require 3 separate pictures. That would require 3 separate listings. Here, you can list it once. For instance, you're going to list and picture your silver earrings, but you will list a variation of gold and copper. So you would select the drop-down box, and you're going to select the, you could either select finish, I suppose, or you could select material. Let's say material is entered. Now, you also offer that material in gold. You would add that. You also offer those earrings in copper, and you would add that. So then what happens is when the potential customer lands on your listing and they're viewing your silver earrings, in the upper right hand corner they will see a drop down box that will be called material. They will select that drop down box and they will have the option to purchase it in gold or purchase it in copper. Now, if you do this, what I would recommend is that down here in the description, you add some language that will direct your potential customer back up to your the top of your page and inform them to select the option of gold or copper. Now it's time to add a photo. Now you can see that there are spaces for 5 photos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first one is the only one that's clickable at this point. Once you add a photo, then the next box will be clickable to do the same thing, and so forth. It is recommended to use as many photos as possible, but when you do so, please keep the photos consistent in brightness, contrast, clarity. This will help your shop greatly. Now, I will click on the Add Photos button, and that will take me to a photo that I have already taken that I have stored on the computer. So you will click on that picture, click Choose, since I'm using a Mac, and then your picture will appear. Now you'll notice I have 3 options on that picture. My mouse cursor has now turned into a 4-way pointer. And what I can do is I can drag to reorder that photo. Drag to reorder means just putting it into a different spot. Now, since I only have 1 photo, I cannot put it into a different spot. If I did have another photo, then I will be able to drag this photo to the right, and then the photo on the right will move to the number 1 position, and so forth. The other option is the magnifying glass. You can click on that to view a larger inspection of that photo. And the third option is the X, which will delete that photo entirely from this array, but of course it will not delete it from your computer. The next option, or I should say the next required field, is item title. Now, for the interest of time, I have already created a Word document for the title. So I will go ahead and go to that document. And the title is Swarovski Crystals 5301. That happens to be the model of that bicone. Lime 6mm. I will right click on that, select copy, and then paste it into that field. The next required field is the description. Again, I have that in a Word document for the interest of time. And I will select that, right click, copy, and paste. Now you can either create these Word documents if you'd like the day before, a week before, whatever, just to get them ready to when you are actually ready to create your new listing. Or you can just do it on the fly as you're creating the listing. Now the next is shop section. For those of you that do not have your shop section set up yet, when you click on the drop down box, it will be blank. I do have my shop sections set up, and I will show you briefly here what is a shop section. Let me open up a new tab. I will go to Etsy. At the top left, you will see shop sections. These are the shop sections I have set up. Presently, there should be 10 sections, and that is the maximum Etsy allows. If you do not have your shop section set up yet, of course, this whole gray square will be eliminated, but you will still have your listings showing here. I will show you how to set up your shop sections in a future tutorial. Going back here to your listing page, if you do have your shop section set up, you would select which section you want that in. In my case, this will be Swarovski crystals. The next is your recipient. Who is it for? Well, you have a vast array of categories to choose from. In my case, I check unisex adult, as men can utilize the beads also in a bracelet or anklet or even earrings. What is the occasion? Is it for a specific event? This is an optional item, but I do select it. The occasion that I will select for this one will be anniversary. Now, as you can see, there are many different occasions. The advantage of selecting an occasion is this. If your potential buying customer searches for gift items, we'll say, in Etsy search, and they're searching for an anniversary gift, if you have the anniversary tag enabled for that listing, the possibility of your listing being displayed to them is very great. What you do not want to do, however, is have all your listings with the same occasion. Okay, this will prevent somebody that's searching for Christmas items, for example, to come back with any results from your shop. So with each listing, you should pick something else, and in that case, your searching potential customer will find it better. Next is style. You can add up to 2 styles, and again, this is optional. And again, what I do is I vary my style from listing to listing for better search results for the potential buyer. So we'll select Art Deco, and we'll also select Burlesque. And you can see that those tags are appearing to the right, and I have a notification that I have used my 2 styles. If I don't like those styles, I can just click on the blue X and it will disappear, and then I have the option to add another style. Next is tags. Now, tags are very important, and tags are the key to having your results found in Google search. The tags should, at a minimum, be exactly what you have up here in your item title. Starting with the first word, we'll put in Swarovski. And we'll add that. The next, we'll put in Swarovski crystal. The next tag we'll put in Swarovski crystals. The next tag we're going to put in the style of that bicone bead, as mentioned earlier, and that was 5301. And then we'll put in the diameter of that bead, as mentioned above. It was 6 millimeters. Now, you don't have to press the add button each time. What you can do is you can just hit your return or enter key on your keyboard. The next tag I'm going to put is the color of that bead, and that is lime. This time I will just hit the return key on the Mac. And if it was another type of keyboard, of course it would be enter. And then you can see all the tags displayed on the right. It also gives you a countdown of how many more tags you have available. Please use all 13 tags if you can. If you don't like the tag, or if you've misspelled the tag, you can again click on the blue X, and that will eliminate that tag, and then you can retype it. Make sure that your tags are accurate. If your tags are not accurate, Etsy will send you an email telling you to revise your listing. The next is materials. What materials is your item made out of? Again, you can add up to 13 materials. In my case, it's glass. It would be crystal. And that's all I will put. The next prompts you for the price. In my case, I will sell this quantity of 10 beads for $1.73. Now, this is very important, and this is the quantity. Now, if you only have one quantity in your shop, that means once you sell it to your customer, you have no other inventory in stock of that type, you would enter 1. Now, for example, in this listing, what's for sale is a quantity of 10 6 millimeter lime bicone beads. Now, for example, if I purchased from my vendor 50 of these beads and I sell 10 of them, I'm going to have 40 of them left. Now, since I sell the listing in groups of 10 beads, that will mean I will have enough for 4 more listings. So, if I have 50 beads, I have enough for 5 listings. 10 times 5 is 50. So my quantity will be 5. Now what happens here is this will allow your listing to be renewed automatically. If one group of 10 cells. If you had a quantity of 1, then you would have this listing no longer available in your shop. You would have to manually go into your shop and renew that item. Now, you won't have to create the new listing again. It will be there exactly like this. You will just renew it, and then you'll be charged accordingly. Now, doing it this way with a quantity of 5 in this example, if a customer purchases 2, that will make 3 remaining, a quantity of 3 remaining, and it will renew automatically. Of course, you will get the Etsy charge of 20 cents, but you will not have to renew it manually. Next, you're going to select the shipping profile. Now, if you don't have a shipping profile set up yet, you can enter the amount that you're going to charge for shipping manually, but you'll have to do it for each listing. Since I already have a shipping profile set up, I will select that, and I will select the title of my shipping profile, and then the fields will be auto-populated. Again, to view the video on how to set up your shipping profile, please click on the link in the beginning of this video. So my shipping profile that I've selected returns the example of $2.85 for my primary shipping within the United States. Since I reside in the United States and have selected to ship within the United States, that is the primary shipping charge. The ship with another item charge, otherwise known as a secondary shipping charge, is shown to the right. I also have set up minor outlying islands such as Guam, Puerto Rico. Since it is a U.S. Territory, the shipping charges are the same as within the United States. I also have set up in my shipping profile everywhere else. That means everywhere else in the world. And then you would establish that price and the with another item or the secondary shipping charge price. Again, for a definition of what another item is and how that works, please view the shipping profile video. The last step, or the second to the last step, will be to select the preview listing. That will take you to your preview listing page. Now, as shown in the prior page, when you select the quantity or you enter the quantity that you have available, it will show your customers how many is available. What I would also recommend that you do if you are selling a quantity or you have a quantity of more than 1 available is make a note down in your description area and paste that in there that says something like this. If you would like a larger quantity, just select from the drop-down box located in your cart before you check out. This will advise your potential customer, hey, there may be more available, because the customer sometimes doesn't know how to do that. But the option for them to do that is located in the drop-down box in their cart just before they check out. So here's the opportunity to review your listing for any typos that may have occurred. If you're satisfied, you'll click Publish. Once you click Publish, you will be charged 20 cents for that listing. And actually the 20 cents will be applied to the multiples that you have available. So in this case, this listing will cost $1. Now, this listing is good for 4 consecutive months. After 4 consecutive months, the listing will then expire. And then you will have to go back in and renew the listing. You will not have to recreate the listing. All you will merely do is to renew the listing. After you click publish, then if you go back to your home page on your shop, you will notice that it will become the number 1 spot or the top spot in that listing, and it will tell you how many views it has generated. It will tell you how long ago it was listed, and it will tell you, of course, the amount. That will do it for this tutorial. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Please click and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for viewing. See you in the next video.